Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the Leadership TKO live night show. I'm Lakeisha McKnight, your leadership specialist, wealth mentor, author of a few books, but most importantly, your friend. And so I'm glad to be here with you all on tonight, right here on Spreaker and iHeartRadio. We are about to go live on Facebook, so stand by. Good evening, everyone on Facebook. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Leadership TKO live night show. This is your girl, leadership specialist, wealth mentor, author of a few books, but most importantly, your friend, Lakeisha McKnight. And I'm glad to be here with you guys on this beautiful, beautiful Friday evening. That's right. It's Friday, October the 2nd of 2020. And so listen, I'm excited. We're also live on the podcast platforms as well. So we're on Spreaker and iHeartRadio, definitely a few other Apple podcast platforms. And so I'm just excited to be here with you guys. As you might have noticed, some type of way, maybe Zoom might have gotten some things corrected. I don't know. But all I have to say is we're finally streaming. We're not just uploading content right there onto Facebook. And so I'm glad to be back with you guys. Now, it doesn't mean that Zoom is going to continue to be the home for streaming Leadership TKO Live Night Show. We may actually be transitioning to a different platform, but for the time being, as we become a bit more familiar with the other platform, we're going to try to leverage this as much as possible, and we will transition. So that's just a little heads up because we love and we really value consistency. And so that's the reason why we have to consider shifting. But nonetheless, not necessarily your problem, but we wanted to let you know that we have a solution. So welcome to the show. Now, this show normally airs live somewhere between 7 and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And right here on Facebook, that's where we enjoy going live. And then even beyond that, of course, on some podcast platforms. Remember, the whole focus, the goal of this show, the brand, Leadership TKO, is really to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. So for those of you who are watching this on tonight, if you're looking forward to growing and really building up that influence for yourself and trying to impact more lives, around the world through social media, and even growing your income, really figuring out the best strategies for bringing in some true passive income, then you are in the right place at the right time with this podcast show. And so again, welcome aboard. So there are just a few ways I do want to remind you of how you can engage and participate. So the one way I always encourage is definitely liking or loving the stream. Like if you value, the importance of you growing as an individual, working on self every single day, personal development, enhancing and raising your leadership lid, go ahead and throw those hearts out there. Send those hearts out there. And then also you can comment. So as we move along with this particular session, put your comments down there. Greet those who may be tuning in right now, okay? And as they do come on in, because we're about to share as well, which leads me to the other way to participate. And yes, that is sharing this stream. So as you're tuning in right now, go ahead and share this out. Start your watch parties. Get that engine running, okay? We want to be able to impact more lives, those who are connected to us on social media in various places. All right. You can actually grow your influence by just simply sharing the stream out. When you're sharing valuable content, people enjoy that. Okay. So do your watch parties for those of you on Facebook. Share this out into several places. And you all know that I like to practice what I preach. So let's go ahead and get that in right now. So as I have encouraged you to do this, I'm going to do it as well. You all already know. Let's go ahead and get it in. So the first place where I do want to share it, once I'm able to get it up on my device here, okay, I'm going to share it amongst a few of my business colleagues. We call ourselves the Winner's Circle. So I'm going to share this amongst, of course, these business leaders here. So let me share it with them. Okay, done. All of my wealth building family members out there, go ahead and share it out as well. Do your watch parties. And I do appreciate you for being a part of this session and being faithful. For those of you who are faithfully coming in and viewing the sessions and supporting and engaging, thank you so very much. All right, so we shared it there. I'm also going to share it onto my fan page. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so that's done. Okay, and I have a few groups that I normally try to engage as well. So I'm going to go ahead and send it out to, all right, that's one group I'm going to send it out to. Okay, so let's go ahead and do yet another group. Here we are. Let's see. Send it out to a mother's group. And then I'm going to send it out to a group full of bosses. That's right. You all know I got to send it to the bosses group. Hello, Mr. Kyle. I see my good old friend, my business colleague, Kyle, and Alicia, and Patricia, and oh my goodness, Marilyn, all of you guys. I got to shout you all out because you all are consistent supporters of this show. I know George may be watching this as well. All of you guys who watch this particular show, I appreciate you. And I know Mr. Best may get wind of this particular episode as well. And so listen, for every one of you guys, mwah, mwah, like all the love. Now I got to fix my clothes. Okay. But listen, thank you so very much, guys. I do appreciate you all, because here's the thing. We don't know whether we're going to live, for the next hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. We just not going to know. And so but every moment given, I'm going to express, how I feel. I'm not going to be too gushy and mushy, but I'm going to express how I feel. And I really do appreciate you guys. I really do love you guys. Hey, might as well call it what it is, right? And so listen, at the beginning of every show, what I normally do, okay, is I provide some leadership content in the form of an appetizer. And so I have yet my continuous resource. You all know I went back to my leadership mentor, Dr. John Maxwell, and his content, and we started going over this particular baby right here. All right. Hey, Denise, I see you tuning in as well. Listen, we have this resource right here, Attitude 101. This right here is a jewel. You want a jewel to add to your library? This right here is it. Okay, because attitude makes a difference. I know. You all got to know, I love having fun. I also enjoy music and singing. So that's another little nugget you've probably learned about me, okay? Now, here is what I also want to mention, because I started talking about attitude on last night, right? And so I'm going to continue because, John Maxwell, his concept, he talks about 5 truths about, attitudes, how attitudes clarify how they affect teamwork in a leader's team. We talked about how attitudes have the power to lift up or tear down a team. We talked about that. We also mentioned how an attitude compounds when exposed to others. It just seems to magnify, right? It seems like it's all just gets like 2 times the size that originally started. But there's another point that Mr. Maxwell mentions. He says bad attitudes compound faster than good ones. He says there's only one thing more contagious than a good attitude, and that's a bad attitude. He says for some reason many people think it's cheek, right, to be negative. I suspect that they think it makes them appear smart or important. But the truth is that a negative attitude hurts. You hear that? It hurts rather than helps the person who has it. It hurts them. And it also hurts the people around him or her. So listen, if you're trying to really encourage and inspire, you have to check your attitude, because if you have a negative attitude, you're going to end up hurting the people that you're around. You're wondering, like, how did I hurt you? Right? If somebody ends up hurt, like their feelings are hurt in some way, shape, or form, and you're wondering, like, why they feeling the way they feel? It's because perhaps your attitude has hurt them. It's all about energy. It's all about vibes. It's all about what you're putting out there. So you have to be mindful. I go back to the old school saying, that old school song, check yourself before you wreck yourself and everybody else that's around you. Okay? There's so much truth in that. All right? So again, bad attitudes compound faster than good ones. That's truth. That's truth. And then his other point, the 4th one that he mentions, he says, attitudes are subjective. So identifying a wrong one can be difficult. You hear that? Do you hear that? He says attitudes are subjective, so identifying a wrong one can be difficult. I gotta fix this lock. You guys know I don't do locks that end up like this. All right. Here's what he says furthermore. He says attitude is really about how a person is that overflows into how he acts. Catch that real quick. Come on. Listen to what he says. Attitude is really about how a person is. What? Okay. It reveals everything about that person. Okay? Listen. It reveals everything. It says how a person is that overflows into how he or she acts. Man, you want to know how the truth of a person? Sit there and observe them. Listen to them. You know, be in their environment for just, all it takes is really a couple seconds with me. Because I'll get in your environment, and I automatically, that discernment, that intuition kicks in super quick. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, exit stage. For you, it might be stage left or right that you may be seeing exit. So the thing is, I'm all about positive energy too. And if I sense that something is not quite right, you probably won't see me in that environment too much longer. That I'm just giving you some facts, okay? So it's important. Now, here is what John Maxwell says. He says he wanted to share, with us how rotten attitudes can ruin a team. So it's important that you recognize them for what they are when you see them. Recognize them, okay? How about this? An inability to admit wrongdoing. Have you ever spent time with people who never admit that they are wrong? Oh my goodness. How many of you know people who it's just so hard for them to admit when they're wrong? Like, that's the worst. Am I the only person that has a problem with that? When they're wrong. They know that they're wrong and they still won't admit it. That's that pride. That is that pride, and that thing right there, I definitely can't be around that. I'm like, you're wrong. You know you're wrong. But they don't want to admit it. That's pride. That is pride. I'm telling you, it's painful. Nobody is perfect. Hello. Nobody is perfect, but someone who thinks he does not make an ideal teammate. And no, you getting the boot off the team. Or you're not going to get as much attention as you probably are seeking to acquire. Okay? How about this type of attitude? Failing to forgive. Oh my gracious. Failing to forgive? Come on now. It said that Clara Barton, the founder of modern nursing, was once encouraged to bemoan a cruel act inflicted on her years earlier, but Barton wouldn't take the bait. Here's what it says. Don't you remember the wrong that was done to you? The friend goaded. No, answered Barton. I distinctly remember forgetting that. You see, holding a grudge is never positive or appropriate. Holding grudges is not positive, nor is it appropriate. And when unforgiveness occurs between two teammates, colleagues, partners, it's certain to hurt the team. You're going to hurt the team. Man, I've experienced that in so many different ways where people don't forgive, and then the whole project, the whole thing goes down the drain because they fail to forgive. And there's some other factors to it, but you have to forgive. Here's another point. He says, petty jealousy. Woo-wee! Y'all, if any of these resonate with you, and if you agree that these attitudes cannot exist in order for a team to be healthy, go ahead and let me know you agree in the comment section. Petty jealousy? He says, an attitude that really works against people is the desire for equality that feeds petty jealousy. He says, for some reason, the people with this attitude believe that every person deserves equal treatment, regardless of talent, performance, or impact. Whew. Here's another attitude type. I'm gonna just scoot right off of that because I think you all know how obvious that is, right? Here's another one. He mentions. The disease of me. Y'all better write that down. The disease of me. My gracious. You all already know what this one is about, right? It's not about you. It is not about you. When you are in a team, it's not. And if you are the one, right? If you are the leader, it's never about you. You're there to serve, to help propel, to help boost other people up, to help other people win. In default, you will win. Enough said. Enough said. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop it right there. That's it. That's it for that appetizer. How many of you, man, agree that you gotta check your attitude? You gotta check your mindset. Okay? I wholeheartedly believe, and I'm clapping with it. You all know that I'm a northerner. I honestly believe, guys, that I'm gonna get to the heart of it. You know where the heart of it is? Right here. The heart. Whatever is in your heart, your mouth is gonna say it. You're thinking, and it's all connected. That mind-heart connection. It's all connected. Whew, you guys got to understand that. And that was the appetizer. That could have been the whole session by itself. But you all know that I have to give you a main meal. You might have been full off of that, but here is the main meal. Right? Here is the main meal. You ready for it? Now, I'm still coming from The Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki. This man right here, I'm telling you. This book is all about the network marketing profession. And if you have not read this book, you really should. You see how easy that recommendation was? But yet, okay, I'm going to leave it alone. In this book, this is part 3 that I'm actually going to be sharing some information from. Part 3. He says, listen, you need to know what it's going to take for those of you who are in this network marketing profession. You might not have a network marketing opportunity, but you're in this profession. Let me tell you. There are certain things that you need. And he goes into it in this 3rd part of the book. He talks about how it's important for you to choose wisely. There are bazillion opportunities out there, and some of them are scams. And many of them, scams, have actually made it into the newspaper that actually said it's a scam. You need to be careful. And a lot of times you have some people who are skeptical when an opportunity is free. And they'll call it a scam. But almost every scam requires you to put money into it in order to get locked in. That should tell you something. I'm just going to leave that one right there too. But here's, it's so important that you choose the opportunity that you desire wisely, the business that you want to plug into wisely. Yes, I've been a part of a few in the past, and many of you probably seen some information about it. But I locked in with a company, and we've grown, we've expanded. We had to change pots, so to speak, for all of you farmers and planters out there. You know what I mean? We've outgrown the smaller pot, and we had to go into a bigger pot. And so we're in pre-launch right now, and we're about to launch this baby. I'm telling you, I'm fired up. I can't wait. There's some new things that's come down the pipeline, some updates and news. Listen, before I go off on a tangent, I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring it back. I'm so excited. Can't you all feel that excitement? I mean, listen. Here's what Robert Kiyosaki says. I'm getting myself worked up. I'm so excited. My goodness. Woo, get myself together. He says this in this chapter. The number one reason I recommend network marketing is for its system of real world business education and personal development. Why do you think people who win lotteries, right, go broke real quick? It could be 48 hours. It could be, 78 hours. 72 hours. They go broke really quick. They can't hold on to the cash for the life of them. Why? Because they haven't developed themselves to be prepared for the cash that they received. They weren't ready for it. They didn't know how to handle it. And so that cash mastered them instead of them mastering cash. And that's why personal development is so important. Perhaps the reason why your financial situation is not straight is because you haven't worked on yourself. Let's have a Selah moment. Perhaps you have to work on you in order to be prepared for the overflow that the Most High is about to bring your way. I don't know who that's for, but if you are looking for financial breakthrough, abundance, overflow, it could be you that needs to be emptied out so you could be poured into. Come on, I'm about to get up and run around. That might be for me. Okay, work on you. It's all about personal development. Personal development. Because you need to develop. We've never get to a point where we fully arrive. We're always becoming. We're always becoming the person that He's created us to be. It's always important for us to be a better version of ourselves from yesterday, today. And this is why we must work on it so you can be prepared for your cup to runneth over. My goodness. Okay? And there are certain things that you also need to take a look at that He mentions in this chapter. A few questions to ask yourself. Here it is. Questions to ask yourself about network marketing company. All right, you ready? Number one, who is running the ship? Who is the visionary founder? Do you know who the visionary founder of your network marketing opportunity is? Do you know them in and out? Have you met them in person? You need to answer that question. I'm so glad that with the company we started with, and I know we've outgrown the pot, but with the company we started with, Dr. Harold Zeitz, I'm telling you, he came to some of our bigger events, that Mr. and Mrs. Dalco hosted in ATL, and we had the opportunity to meet him. He was just virtually with us for Let's Go Weekend 10 Relentless, pouring out his heart. How many of you, man, you felt the energy, you felt the heart, the vibration of the heart of Dr. Zeitz at Let's Go Weekend during this virtual event? How many of you would agree with that? I did. I was locked in. Me and my cousin, Mr. Matthew Taylor, we was locked in, and my husband, Keith, we was locked in. We was like, you know what? This brother is real. This brother is real. Okay? Who is running the ship for the opportunity that you're plugged into? And of course, I trust his, Dr. Zeitz's decision to partner up with other companies so that he desires for people to be extremely wealthy, period. And from what I've seen over the course of the last 3 to 4 years, he's done everything he said that he would do. Case closed. Who's running the ship? Here's another question you need to ask. Does the company offer a proven plan of action? Company offered proven plan of action. You need a plan. It has to be proven. How many people have achieved financial freedom with the plan? Is the plan simple? Can it be duplicated? What's the plan? I'm so glad that we have a simple plan with what we do, registering for free. Okay, it takes about a couple seconds to get a wealth building account. And then you discover, just like you would discover on Amazon, right? You look into the office and you're like, man, they got personal development. They got, they got this, this academy to help you grow. They also got an academy to help you learn about trading. Man. And then they got artificial intelligence. What? Got a buffet. Okay? You got a buffet of things to choose from. You either want this, that, or all of them. What do you want? We got it. Okay? And so it helps you to be plugged into something like this because you're going to be prepared for the wealth that's coming your way with the academy. I'm going to mention the name one time. With the Freebay Academy, you're going to be prepared for the wealth that's coming your way. But there's other assets in this thing, I'm telling you right now. The assets are amazing by itself. That's a whole stream by itself. I'm going to let you know how you can find out about these assets. Give me a second. Hold on. Okay? But yes, you have to have a plan of action. And with the team that I'm connected to, we talk about this plan almost every day. We got trainings. We got mentorship. Every day. Does the company embrace both business skills and personal development as a regular part of its educational and training programs? Mr. Kiyosaki. Okay. Our product. We're in the e-learning space. Do you know that the e-learning space is like a multiple billion-dollar industry? And we are a part of that industry now with the company that I'm connected to. Yes, absolutely. 4 out of the 8 highest paid netted industries. Hands down. The best that I've ever seen. Okay, the best. And many of you have been following me and connected with me for some time on social media. You know that I'm not just going to put something out there, and I'm telling you, you don't want to miss the boat. It's here. You better get on board. I'm telling you right now, because personal development it's a product that we offer. It's a course. We have a course, personal development. That's what it's about. We also have a course for those of you who want to learn about cryptocurrency and how to trade. You will learn it right within one system, one company. You don't have to go here, there, and everywhere to get things. It's in one company. Okay? One company. All right. Mm, 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 mm. And with the business skill portion of it too, you will ultimately learn how to leverage social media because that's a part of the course as well. You're going to enhance your business skills as far as how to prospect, how to go out there and follow up, and present the information, utilizing the tools that's provided. We have marketing funnels and all that stuff to help you to market what it is we have. Oh, you have to ask yourself if your company has these things. It's a part of the plan, and we have that. Here's the final question that Robert Kiyosaki says we should ask ourselves regarding the opportunities we're considering, and that is, does the company have a strong, high quality, and highly marketable product line that you can be passionate? Yep, you heard it, that you can be passionate. Can you be passionate about the product? I've been a part of, let me just be honest, I was in the past a part of travel. I was in the past a part of the health and wellness space. I value my health. Many of you probably know that. Okay. I'm definitely going to work on self. Like my next year, like you're going to see major transformation. I might, we'll see, well, depending on how things pan out with this whole pandemic, you'll probably see the difference. I'm going to be on them sandy beaches somewhere. Okay, so you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not one that shies away from the camera per se. If it's for the purpose of helping people see the before and the after, you see. Okay, that's another point. But I value my health. I really, really do. Now, the other portion of that is, is it something that you can be supportive of, that you can run, that you can advocate for a lifetime? I'm going to tell you this. The flagship product within the company that I'm connected to is God's money. How long am I going to run with God? How many of you can answer that question? How long am I going to run with God? How many of you can really truly answer the question? Am I just going to run with him for 3 days? Am I going to run with him for a month? No. This thing is eternal. And the product that I have, is eternal because it's God's money. Okay? In the Bible, it talks about how the streets are paved with this product. There's no price tag really for this product, honestly. I'm just saying, the flagship product is gold, God's money, real money, foundational money. Okay? It's foundational money. That cash that you all might have received as a part of your check, yes, cash flow is important. All right? But it's not necessarily real money. Cash is only good for spending. Okay? And I'm telling you the truth. You got to have something to protect it, because the way that things are turning out right now and where it's heading, you're going to need some protection ASAP. You're going to need to start stacking more and more and more, exchanging some of those paper dollars for that foundational money, that real money, that lawful money. Okay, start stacking it up. And so, again, those are some questions you want to think about. Let me repeat the questions real quick. Who's running the ship? Does the company offer a proven plan of action? Does the company embrace both business skills and personal development as a regular part of its educational and training programs? And does the company have a strong, high quality, highly marketable product line that you can be passionate about? So yeah, a product line. So yes, we do have gold. We have courses for e-learning. We have artificial intelligence, okay, a part of the robotics industry. Listen, we have it. And like I said, involved in cryptocurrency. So listen, with all that being said, for those of you who are watching this, my prayer is that you do very well as we wrap up this final quarter of 2020. But if you're looking to really get connected to like-minded individuals, not just with myself, but I have some amazing colleagues. I've shouted a few of them out at the very beginning. And I would love for you to come on board to join not just myself, but all of my colleagues who are sharing this stream tonight. We welcome you. We want to be able to guide you along. We're not going to enable you, but we're going to guide you along so you'll know what you need to do. And we'll see what plan, what's your goals, and how to really go about achieving those goals. We'll connect you with some of our amazing, iconic, our iconic mentors, right? They're humble, but yet they're powerful in the information that they share and how long they've been in this space for decades. And their children, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Best, I gotta reveal the names, with their children who are in their 20s and 30s, never having a job. These are the mentors that we have. And so if you are looking for a true sound mentorship in this network marketing industry, if you're looking for a product that you can back, if you are never going to stop working on you, that's the product that we have. If you know that you want to have your cash make money for you, that is what we're enabling you to do. Okay? And so get back with the person that shared this with you. And if it was me, definitely send me an inbox message. I'm all for it. Okay? I'm all for it. We do have a presentation that's going to be happening tonight at 9. I invite you to plug into it. Now, the way that you can watch the presentation to learn more about what it is that I do, I encourage you to download Zoom. That's number one. And then go to goldrocks.info. GOLDROCKS.info. And make sure you inbox me or the person that shared this with you because we need to get you the password. You cannot get on the platform without a password. So that's how we can have you on this particular platform. You can get the live presentation, plug in, tune in, get the meat and potatoes. Okay? I love having fun. If you have not picked up on that, it's just the way that it is. Okay? you got to have fun with all that you do. And if I'm sitting here, rigid and a nervous wreck, that's not going to make for a good stream at all. So listen, my goal is just to give you all a heads up of what is to come. We're going to see about transitioning to a different platform. That's number one. Secondly, also, we're looking forward to really giving some more presentations. Many of you know that I was doing some presentations about wealth building. So I'm looking forward to potentially starting that back up next week. And we're looking to do it maybe Tuesday and Thursdays instead of every day for the wealth building presentation. So stay tuned for that. Let's see, anything else I need to let you know about? I think that's it. Other than, of course, for those of you who are going to be coming on board and learning about what it is that we do, if you're ready to kick things into gear, if you're ready to truly make some serious cash with this system that we're plugged into you, if you really want to build wealth and get access to real, lawful money, you need to make sure that you get in contact with us, okay? So listen, I thank you all. I appreciate you. Remember, until the next time that you and I come together again, I do encourage you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone, and God bless.